Last month, a party at Ryerson's Pittman Hall residence got out of control and racked up a $4,000 cleaning bill. This incident has attracted media attention worldwide and especially in Canada. It has also caused Canadian universities to take a look at their policies regarding drinking and partying on campus. Joining us here today is Rebecca Zanussi from Ryerson Res. Thank you so much for joining us, Rebecca. Can you tell me a little bit about this party that took place last month here in Pittman Hall?
Well, I wasn't there for the party. I wasn't even in residence that weekend. So all I know is what's been said in the media and at a floor meeting that took place on their floor. So what I've heard is that there was $4,000 worth of charges for cleaning up vomit and cleaning up broken glass. And that was what was said in the news article and on Global TV as well. So that's about all I know. I just heard that a lot of people got sick.
So is Ryerson's party atmosphere always like this? Is it always this rowdy?
Well, people definitely party every weekend. It's a social thing. You live with all your closest friends right beside you. You're going to want to hang out with them. Usually doesn't get to the point where there's vomiting all over the floor and glass being broken, that's what happened. So if that was the case, then it's definitely a different thing that usually occurs here.
Now, have the students who were involved been punished or charged?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't heard anything about that, so it's possible if they did catch the people who did it, they would have been given points and possibly a fine for the $4,000 damages. But they might still be looking for the people who kind of vomited and broke the glass. But they don't know who did it and no one saw anything and no one will come forward, then there's nothing they can really do right now.
Do you feel this is an appropriate route of action?
Well, I don't think it will stop the problem. Like, out of control parties don't happen all that often, and the definition of out of control isn't even really defined. But I don't think that banning partying or banning drinking altogether will stop people from doing it. We're in downtown Toronto. It's all first-year university students. They're going to socialize. Alcohol will probably be involved. So saying they can't do it might cause those people who are going to be destructive anyways to rebel even more.
Now, what are the current policies at Ryerson on drinking and partying on residents?
The only things that are there, there's no underage drinking obviously because that's against the law. Mm-hmm. You can't drink in common areas, so in the hallways, in the common lounge, if you're bringing a drink with you, you have to have it bagged and tied at the bottom. You can't have an open alcohol. And there's not supposed to be any out of control parties.
Right. And how are the students involved punished?
I haven't heard for sure, so this is just a guess. But according to the community standards and policy here in residence, if you break some of the rules, then you will get points, but it depends if they catch who did it. So if they don't know who it was who vomited and broke the glass, then no one has been charged or no points have been awarded. So I think they're currently looking for the people who were involved, but there could have been some people who they caught and I'm just not aware of it.
Okay. How do the students feel about these policies? Has anyone been talking?
A lot of students think it's they think it's funny. Not that the damages were done, like no one thinks it's okay that damages were occurred, but they just think that people are overreacting. It was only a few individuals who have made it bad for the entire community, and kind of some older adults have been painting our generation as being wild and out of control, when the fact is this sort of thing has been happening for the past 30, 40 years, as long as residences have been around. It's just the environment that occurs here. So a lot of people think we're being painted in an unflattering light and that it's not really truly representative of who we are, and that those few who ruin it for everybody are the ones who should be blamed, not the entire 850 student population.
So do you think that all this negative media attention that Ryerson has garnered because of this incident will affect Ryerson in the future?
I don't think as students it will. I think people are still going to apply to live in residence. Because we're a small resident system, we only have 850 resident students, 3 residence buildings. So when people are coming to university, they're going to want to live in residence just because that's something that a lot of people, especially if you're from far away, want to do when you first move. Because you want to meet friends, you want to socialize, people to hang out with on the weekends after class. From an administrative perspective and parents and other adults in the community, may change it in their view, but I think it's going to be something that will probably blow over. something that's been happening for decades. I don't know if it's going to change anytime soon, but who knows? See how it plays out.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Rebecca. Back to you at the desk. I'm Alicia Hayashi with Ryerson Broadcast News.